Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. I'm your host, Jazzy K. Ward, and welcome to Feature Friday. I'm just having me a nice glass of wine. Happy holidays to everyone. Thank you so much for welcoming me into your homes wherever you are. I know we had a long week, right? So the weekend is here and it's time to unwind. But I'm super excited about tonight. Two special guests. My first guest, Dr. Joel Floyd. He's a husband, a successful entrepreneur. He holds a bachelor's of arts degree in English, a master's degree both in education and theology, and a doctorate in educational leadership. And he has this amazing book that we're going to talk about tonight, very inspirational. 21 Days of Devotion. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a lot of love. Let's start those watch parties, share the video, and let's welcome Dr. Joel Floyd to Feature Friday. Hey, Dr. Floyd, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
I am well. Welcome to the show. I was going to tell you, if you didn't, I don't know, did you drink wine?
Occasionally.
I was going to say, I was going to virtually pass.
Well, how about I just toast you with the here? We can there. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's the holiday. You know, I had a long week and you know, I just like a nice little sip of wine every now and then. And
I understand.
But again, welcome to Feature Friday.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Mr. Jazz. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm super excited to have you on the show. And you know, I've been watching you and You are truly an amazing guy. And then when I saw that the book, The Wait, 21 Days of Devotion, I was like, wow, I'm sure this is going to be an amazing book. But before we get started on that, how was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was pretty good. My mother-in-law came down from Kentucky, so we enjoyed it. I guess we moved into what we call the new normal. It wasn't as many people as usual, family members, but it was exciting. We had lots of fun. Small food was good, of course, and just very thankful for in-laws coming down and just spending time with them. So
Good.
it was pretty good.
So
Thank you.
did you cook any? Did you cook at all?
Um, I observed this time.
You
Yes,
know,
so
it's during this time, it's nothing like family and friends. And I think we're all trying to adjust, right, to this new norm with the pandemic. It has affected all of us in some kind of form or fashion, right? So how have you and your family been navigating through this?
well, I think first and foremost, going back to the devotional, the way navigating spiritually through COVID-19, we've been navigating first and foremost through our faith. We are believers. And so starting the day off with prayer, speaking life, the good book teaches that life and death are in the power of the tongue. So I believe in speaking life to this situation every day. And we know that these are uncertain times. So, prayer, speaking life, connecting with other believers, following our online church, and just maintaining a spirit of positivity through it all.
Yeah. And, I think especially Dr. Floyd, during this time, spiritually, mentally, especially with mental illness, I think, it has, I'm sure, tremendously have increased because with the pandemic, just like myself, I telework from home. And for those who were accustomed to going to a job every day, you know, that was like an outlet for them. And so, a lot of people, mental illness, of course, has really, gone up on the rise, don't you think?
Oh, I certainly. I was reading a report where there was doctors, I believe in New York, who took their own lives just because they were so overwhelmed by what's going on. People are losing their minds. They don't know which way to turn, and it's just it's unfortunate. But yes, mental illness is a real phenomenon, and I think it's something that we need to try to grab hold of and see what we can do, possible solutions
Right.
for it.
All right. I think so. Um, just answering your question, how do you, take care of yourself, mind, body, and soul mentally? How does Dr. Floyd take care of himself?
Well, that's a great question, Mr. Jazz. One of the things that I've done since the genesis of this pandemic is I was journeying to Stone Mountain, and I just fell in love with nature, and
Yeah.
I've just been running every day, and it's just become so therapeutic for me. And so each day I wake up with all of this energy, and it's like I'm ready to run. So um,
Right.
just exercise. And I was given a motivational video days ago, and I was encouraging people to deal with stress. One of the things, aside the spiritual aspect, is exercise. You got to keep
Right.
that heart moving, the blood pumping. That's so important. And so I think exercise for me has been one of the biggest things. And like I said, running has just become so therapeutic for me. In fact, I've just fallen in love with it. I'll just start running and I just can't stop. And it's great. Also, I think another way that I've been able to deal with it mentally is just through nature. I feel like I've become one with nature. It's just something about the changing of the the leaves, the colors of the flowers.
Yeah.
It's just something about nature, and I've just fallen in love with it, and I can just feel it, especially as I'm going up Stone Mountain and I trek up the mountain. It's just like I'm having these refreshing moments, and it's just like, wow, is this what I've been missing? And so my mind is just filled with all of these positive thoughts and thoughts of victory, and just thoughts of moving ahead despite what's going on.
Yeah, I've been up Stone Mountain a few times, and let me tell you, I thought I was like I'm in pretty decent shape, I think. But when I got to that mountain, boy, I mean, it is truly a mountain to climb. But
Yes.
I'm glad you brought that up, Dr. Joel. When you think about that this time of year and the changing of the colors and the motivation and the inspiration it takes to even have the mindset, right, to go up that mountain. Because I even got to a certain point, a level was like, ooh, can I keep going? And when
Yes.
I think about your book and I think about devotion and inspiration, your book is truly a blessing. It's a vehicle for spirit for people to take the time to read this book, The Way.
Yes, thank you. And just going back to the mountain analogy that you use, when you start, it's just day two of the devotion talks about move. I titled it Move. And I just think it's important that believer or non-believer, I just believe that God, the universe, has given us the ability to move. We have the choice, and oftentimes we can sit back and we can say, well, I'm not working or this isn't working. But this is a great time of innovation. This is a time to get up and just move out of that position. And we understand that there's this whole notion of the new normal, but it's a good thing. Great things are happening. And so I
Yep.
always tell people, when you move, the universe moves with you. God moves with you. God moves for you. But it's in the move where we experience the miraculous. It's in the move where we experience that transition. And it's in the move where we experience that aha moment. So,
Right.
yeah, thank God for the move.
Thank God for the
The
move. That's
ability
right.
to
Yep.
move, yes.
Right. And I
So,
tell people if they don't follow you, your inspiration on Facebook as well as IG, because I see it every morning, your powerful, innovative message that you send out just about every morning. And I like when you mentioned about the new norm. Yeah, we can all make excuses, even me, at times. I'm a procrastinator when it comes to things. But with COVID, it has, it's like, you know what? Now you really don't have an excuse. I'm at home. I have a lot to do. My mom used to always say, I used to say, oh, I don't have anything to do. It's always something to do. So this made
yes.
me drive into my own inner self, my own inner peace
Wow.
to find out what I needed to do with my life, what other dreams I wanted to pursue. So with the book, The Way, was this a passion or dream that you always wanted to do, or did this just kind of happen?
Another good question. So, Mr. Jazz, I've always wanted to write a devotion. And I tell my spouse and a couple of my friends, I want to write a devotion. And, year after year, they say, well, when are you going to do it? That whole theme of procrastination, us saying we're going to do something. And, before the pandemic, we're just moving and we have all these dreams, these ambitions, these goals, but we just don't necessarily get to it. We're going to get to it, but we just haven't gotten to it. And so, at the genesis of COVID-19, it just came to me as I was running up Stone Mountain. This is the time, all of the inspiration that you're putting out, all of the messages and the people that you're encountering, this is the time to put it in a book, to put it together. And as I was running, just various themes came to me, things like love. I talk about love, talk
Yep.
about beauty. Right. So there are several things that came to me. So it was basically during this pandemic that the weight came. But I've always wanted and was passionate about writing a devotional because I love people. I'm very passionate about people, and I just like to see people win. And I
Yep.
understand that when people win, and am I uplifting people, I win. And
Right.
so. Yeah, and so it emerged out of this pandemic, and I'm just excited about it. Just to be able to encourage someone to let them know that there is water in the desert. There's light in the tunnel.
Right.
And it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. Just keep looking up. So
Yeah. The sky is the limit. We have
yes,
to keep going. It's easy for us to focus on what we don't have, what I can't do, or about trying and like you mentioned about devotion, inspiration, things that you need to get up and try to do, right?
right. And this is one
So
of the things that COVID has also taught me to be more intentional, about my exercise, to be more intentional about doing the things that I promised myself that I didn't do. So it does. And so what you're saying is it's not an excuse. And some of us, we need a little bit more motivation, but I'm here to motivate as many people as I can. And you know, it starts with self, you know, and so that's one of the things that it's taught me, to be intentional, to be more intentional. And it's okay to slow down and to regroup so that you can move forward.
Right. You know, so for everyone that's watching this tonight, that Dr. Joel Floyd is my special special guest. His latest book, The Wait, 21 Days of Devotion. Also, Dr. Joel, what encouraged you to write the book, for those who are watching? What encouraged you?
Well, I just, you know, going back to what I stated previously, I enjoy encouraging and motivating people. And I just believe that this would be a trying time. And as I begin to see, you know, COVID numbers going up, people losing their jobs, all types of chaos going on around us, the political climate, the social climate. And and even in the midst of this, I've held on to my faith. And I said to myself, I've got to put this out there. I've got to let people know that there is hope. So it was just this intrinsic value. And also, I believe it was the perfect time, the season to do it. God put it on my heart. And here, it's a reality today. So, yeah.
It is. It's definitely a reality. And when you talk about the book, The Wait, it gives you hope, right? The book gives you so much hope and trust in any challenges that life may bring us, any obstacles that may be thrown our way. Like, hey, this pandemic, how I'm going to adjust. I have, even had personal friends who, very healthy, had COVID, a few days later, get a call, they passed away, younger than me. And you're like, what is really going on? So we need that spiritual, whatever religion you believe in, faith-based or whatever, you have to find some form of inner peace, I think, and guidance to lead you. Wouldn't you think so?
Yes, I would. I think so. And just to add to what you're saying, Mr. Jazz, people doesn't matter. Well, I think it matters, but despite if you're a believer or if you're not a believer, people are looking for answers. And I think with this pandemic and with this whole political and social climate that we've experienced over the last year, the last 4 years, if I may, I think that people are understanding that, the answer is not in the stock market. The answer is not in the money that I've placed in my bank account. The answer is not in my job, because these things can be taken away at the blink of an eye, at the snap of a finger. These things can leave. And so people understand that there's obviously something higher that I need to be, or deeper that I need to tap into, so that I can have the peace that I need. And the reality is, all what we're experiencing now, all of the things around us, it's temporal, it's fading away, it's leaving. Right. And so when these things leave, when human relationships, dissolve, and when the material affairs, the material things of this world dissolve, and they're taken away from us, what do you have? And so for me, tapping into my God, as I said, this is what I espouse to, into my spirit, these are the things that set me free. These are the things that liberate me. And so I just want to encourage people to continue to look up, because there is hope. I know we're on a tightrope, but there is hope.
There is definitely.
And victory is coming. Victory is here, and victory is coming.
That's right, Dr. Floyd. So, Dr. Floyd, please tell us the website. How can we support you and get in the book?
Okay, so I do have my personal website, which is www.godsson81.com. It's on the screen there. Okay, yes, godsson81.com. So you can go there and order. It's also on Amazon, The Wait, Navigating Spiritually Through COVID-19 as well. Okay. And my email address, I don't think I have it here, but if you want a signed copy, I can also sign a copy, write you a special note, and send it to you directly. Is there a way I can type it, or it's?
Yeah, Just
Uh,
to,
it's
I think we have.
So I have a shorter email, eng life, eng life 205 at gmail.com.
Okay. So
eng.
everybody heard that.
I'll repeat it. Yeah, eng. Oh, there it is. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so
That's
that's
right
it.
there. So everybody, make sure you go purchase the book now. You can get a signed, autographed copy from Dr. Floyd. And Dr. Floyd, I want to mention this because I don't want to keep you so long, right? I like
Nope.
your saying, your quote, living life in purpose, on purpose. I love that.
Thank you.
I love that.
Yeah,
Is
that's what
that
it's all
something
about.
that
Say
is that
question.
something that's in is that something that's in the book?
No, but as I was when I finished the book and I was putting my website together, that came to me. It was one of those aha moments. There's a living purpose, living life in purpose, on purpose. And I said, this is it. This is it. This is what it's all
This is
about. Yeah.
mhm.
So
That's
that's what
what
I
it's
came
all
about. Yes.
about. And Dr. Ford, before I let you go, could you share, someone watching this video at home, maybe alone, they're just going through a lot, you know, any encouraging words or any, wisdom or that you can share with us that maybe you have been given throughout your journey in life?
Yes, certainly. I have a few nuggets here, if I may, Mr. Jazz. So the first nugget I have is not you're not alone. Oftentimes we feel alone, but you never know what a person, your next door neighbor, or someone across the street is going through. We're all going through unique situations. And I am a very strong person. I'm a strong believer, but I have my challenges as well. And there's a quote that I often use that states, "No man is an island," and we're all in this together. And one of the things I've learned about this whole COVID-19 pandemic is that we're interconnected. And so you're not alone. And so when you feel as though the weight of the world is upon you and you feel like giving up, just know that you can pick up the phone, call someone, speak to someone, say hello to someone, and just know that we are moving and we're navigating through this together. Secondly, I would say to continue speaking life. To continue speaking life. You know, there's a quote I read yesterday that says that essentially we become what we say over and over, what we repeat. So if you
Correct.
say daily, "I am victorious, I am coming out of this, things are going to get better, my life is
That's
changing for the better," you become that. And when I encounter people, sometimes I shouldn't, I don't want to confess this, but I'll confess it. Sometimes I'll stop at McDonald's into my office and I'll get just a small cup of coffee. No sugar, just a creamer only. Okay, I'm working on some things. All right, and so
absolutely
I'll get that, and the employees, they'll say, "Oh, you're always just so happy. You're just always so happy." Because once again, move. It's about we have a choice. We have a choice to be happy. We have a choice to speak life, and we can sit back and we can say, "Oh well, oh the pandemic, and oh this, and oh that, and oh da 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 da," and just live in agony. But what God wants us to do is speak life. That's what He says. Speak
nice.
life. Speak life. And when you speak life, you become that. You become what you speak. Also, going back, day 13, beauty, focusing on the beauty. Like I said, one of the things I'm doing is I'm running at Stone Mountain, and it's become very therapeutic to me. I was running in my neighborhood the other day, and I just stopped. And there was just an aha moment. And I just looked at the colors of the leaves, the autumn, and I was like, this is just so beautiful. And it just kind of refreshed my soul. And I was like, wow, this is just so awesome. So I'm also a business owner. So instead of focusing, and I tell my people all the time, we're not here to focus on the problem. We are focusing on the solution. I hear the problems, and I hear that we're in a pandemic and we have student enrollment issues and all of it. What's the solution? How can we solve this? And so I believe that one of the solutions that may be feeling alone, or that person who may be feeling the weight of the world, is to think about the beauty. Think about, there's a old church song that says, "My good days outweigh my bad days." Think about the good days. Think about all of the blessings that you have experienced before this pandemic. And even in it, think about the things, the innovations, all of the things that you're experiencing right now. And Also, there's one last thing because I felt that this question was going to come. So it was to be more empathetic towards others. I think to be more being intentional about being more empathetic and caring and selfless towards others. You know, some of us we've done very well financially, or we've had resources, and there are other people who are struggling. So I think one of the things what I do when I wake up, in my mind, I'm like, who can I help today? Who can I bless today? What can I do to encourage someone today? So just practicing being more selfless, more empathetic, more understanding, and being a listening ear and walking, just not praying for people, but just listening to them and being able to comfort them during these trying times. So these are some of the things that I think can help us all as we continue to navigate through this pandemic.
Oh, wow. I mean, amazing. You know, Dr. Joel Floyd, my special guest tonight here on Feature Friday, Living Life in Purpose on Purpose. I love it. His latest book, The Wait, 21 Days of Devotion. Please, would you please come back so we can have more conversation about the book? And I wanted to touch on your other program with immigrant adult learners that you also do in Metro Atlanta, but I would love for you to come back on the show.
Yes, certainly. I'd love to come back. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. And we'll talk real soon, okay?
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Joel Floyd, don't forget, make sure you go to the website. We can post the website back up. I don't know if we still have it, www.godsson81.com. Amazing book. Make sure you go purchase it. You can find him on Facebook, all social media platforms, and also get your signed autograph copy, right? I'm Jazzy K. Ward. Thank you all so much. My next guest, Arthur motivational speaker, Joy Minor, is coming up next, right after this. Mic check. Hey, everybody, this is Jazzy K. Ward. I need your attention all around the world. Get ready for the power in the produce. It's a virtual 5K charity fun run. So I need you to grab a friend, grab your shoes, just grab everybody. We need your support for ABC2 Food Security Program. ABC2's goal is to increase access and understanding of the Community Feeding Program. For more information, please visit the following link. A better chance, a better community. Happy holidays.
Caroling through the night at this Christmas, very special Christmas for me and you and everybody else.
Hey, I was over here just having cocktails and caroling right to my girl. That's national recording artist, Miss Terry Renton. Check out her latest Christmas song this Christmas. Well, ladies and gentlemen, hey, without further ado, my next guest is author. She's a poet. She's a motivational speaker. She's a beautiful spirit. National best-selling author, Miss Joy Minor. Now, she started poetry, open mic, published her first collection of poetry at the age of 22 years old, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome this soul sister to Feature Friday, Joy Minor.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, my sister.
That introduction's got me blushing.
I mean, you are amazing. You are a beacon of light.
Thank you.
For those who, I'm just honored to personally know you.
Right. We're friends in real life.
We're friends in real life, right? So, I remember this many years ago when I first, how you meet someone and we just had that connection. Our spirits just connected. We really did. So, with everything going on, and I know you have, a lot of personal things going on, and think you're doing better. But how have you been holding up, you and the girls?
Other than them driving me insane, yeah, we're good.
You're good. So, are you doing the virtual teaching like all these other parents are?
Yeah, my 9-year-old is in third grade and she goes to Epic, so she's at an academics magnet school, so that's a whole lot of fun.
Okay.
And my oldest is in college and she's getting her first degree in cosmetology, so she's learning trades.
Trades. Okay. So how has that experience been for her? Is she liking it?
It's college.
Yeah. It's a totally different ball game.
Yeah, high school they make you do things. In college, you have to do it on your own.
Right. So it's teaching you a lot of responsibility, right?
That part. Yep.
So I used to tell my mom when I was growing up, I can't wait till I get grown and get out of your house and get. So now I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Responsibility. But Joy, when we talk about you, I couldn't believe that you have like 4 poetry collections, 2 spoken word CDs. You receive awards from the Alabama Shakespeare Festival, along with a number of numerous awards, and also from the University of South Alabama.
That's my proudest one, the Vagina Warrior Award.
Okay. Tell us about that award.
They do the vagina monologues and they honor women who are, encouraging feminist thought and who are representatives of what the vagina monologue stands for, which is women being empowered and being themselves and allowing each other to do that.
Oh wow, that's amazing. So is writing something you, as a child, you always wanted to do?
Yeah, I've always written. Everybody that's known me from growing up say you always had like 30 books and 20 notebooks. Like my arms were always like full. And a good pen is still the best gift you can give me right now. But I've always been a writer and a reader. It's just it's the way to get the voices out of my head. Like I get through everything through writing it out.
Yeah. So just like you, right? With this going on, the pandemic, everyone at home, I'm big into music and all of that. So, Joy, if I came to your house right now or even got in your car, I'm just shifting gears here a little bit.
Okay.
So what is Joy grooving to?
Trap music.
What are you listening to?
Trap music.
Hey, hey, I tell everybody, I don't care how professional you get, everybody, you know what I used to say, Joy? If I was the CEO of a company, my friends said, "Ooh, I don't know if you'll have a job." I think if it's just every Friday or one day a week, whatever your favorite song is, when you walk into the office on the floor, play your favorite trap song or whatever you like.
Song.
Your thing, because hey, we are all, when I was talking to Dr. Joel, when you say we're all going through something.
Right.
Right. And we can continue to make excuses about what I don't have, what I don't need. So Joy, is that something does that help you creatively to help you write?
But the trap music?
Does that help you write? Or just, no, not the trap music, but from like personal like life experience.
My theme, my tagline is "My life is a Joy Minor novel." All of my characters are based off of me or somebody I know. My Side Piece Chronicle series is based off of things that actually happened to one of my best friends. Like the whole series is based off of just I was on the sidelines watching, but people tell me I'm that person people walk up to and just start telling their life story to. Right. So I was like, okay, yeah, that should go in a book. That'll go in a book.
If I told you something about me in my life, you'd be like, I'm gonna take what Jazzy said. I'm gonna put that in my next book.
It'll happen. It happens every day.
Right. When I think about some of your books, and it's been like, it's 30 books?
It's 30 books on Amazon. I've written over 50 books.
Wow. I didn't realize I realized it had, because your books are like, whoa. Your books are, I can't remember the last one I had when we were at the LGBT
Birmingham Black Pride. I think was it Vices?
That's it. And great book. And I just had my little wine, Joy.
You needed it for that one. That was my life story though.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. you know, when someone picks up your book and they just said, well, Joy, what book would you tell them to read first? Because, sometimes some people jump to this book. Should they start at the very first book, or what's that process you would recommend that they do?
It depends on what they like. If you like lesfic, start with A Sudden Stilettos, Queen of Hearts. If you like
Okay.
paranormal, start with Black Girl Magic. Urban fiction, start with A Good Girl with Bad Habits. And what I do, even with all of my books from like my lesfic, all of my books have characters that do cameos, like Eric Jerome Dickey used to do. Like, he's one of my favorite authors, hands down.
Okay.
And when he would like bring characters from his past books into a new book, like all of my characters are connected, or they're in the same cartel, or they're all related, or, oh, this is my cousin so-and-so, or this is my best friend. So all of my characters are connected. You'll read one book and it'll lead into another one.
Okay. Wow. Have you ever thought about, or have you ever been approached to possibly take your books into maybe film maybe one day? I
When
think
I
so.
released The Stud and Stilettos, everybody was like, that should be a web series.
Right.
So when I, got to the point now I can actually, turn it into a treatment. We have a pandemic. How are we going to film a web series and have everybody in one space and we're filming, and make it happen? So I'm hoping that people will start wearing their masks and taking care of themselves and each other so we can get back to the world and being around each other. I miss hugs.
I know.
It kind of hinders your ambition.
Yeah, it does. But you know what I was thinking about, Joy? Maybe possibly, right now everything is kind of on standstill. Even if you do maybe like some kind of monologue, maybe, and do it virtual.
Ooh, we could do that.
I think that would be great.
That would be fun. I
Even
got
if you don't do the whole thing, just, maybe if it's like a 10, 15 minute, just to give us a sneak peek of some people maybe reading certain lines out of the book. What you think about that?
that would be cool, and we could actually put images behind it. That would be dope.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's gonna be hard right now. So hey, any way we can do it, we can support. Just tell people, hey, we all need a little support. And hey, tell people if the tickets are just $5, hey, buy the ticket. If it's 10,
Right.
we all need support, right? And don't you think we're missing? It's enough out here for all of us, right, Joy? And a lot of
I
stuff.
I
You want
say
to
that all the
elaborate on
time. There's enough for all of us to win.
right?
But people want to compete. I've never understood that. I'm the kind of person, if I win something or I hear something and I can't do it, hey, well, call this person or call that person. I think they'll be a good fit for this. I've never
Right.
been one that, squanders opportunity. So I don't understand how people function like that.
I know. Just amazing. But if you ever need anything, and if Jazzy K. Ward can be of any assistance to you, my sister, I will do my best to help.
Oh, thank
I will be
you.
more than happy to help. But just shifting a little bit, I wanted to tell us about your latest novel that's out now, your book.
Although Your Wish is My Command. I
Your
released
book.
that one on my birthday. I actually wrote it a year ago, and I'm starting to hold on to books until I can release the whole series.
Mhm.
But my girl was like, I really need you to just go ahead and release this book. You've been holding on to it. You've been sitting on it. Release this book. And it's been doing really, really well. It's a genie story.
Okay.
It's a domestic
So when
violence genie story.
so when they read this book, what do you want them to take away once they finish reading the book?
That one, domestic violence is never okay. I've survived it several times in my life. But more than anything, be loyal to those who love you,
Right.
and be careful how you treat the ones that love you. Because a lot of people have read it and they said, oh, I forgot that this was paranormal. It read like just a regular urban fiction book until, the magic happens at the very end.
Right.
So, but you learn through the story, people will have other intentions and will go out of their way to make their intentions yours,
Right.
you
That
know.
that is so true.
So you have to
So
watch who you're there for.
that's true. So how can we support you, my sister, in any of your books? How can we get your poetry, your books? Do they just go to the website?
Um, Amazon is the best way to get the books. Everything that I have is on Amazon. I'm also on SoundCloud. My website, you can sign up for my newsletter and you can just kind of see some of the workshops and I edit as well. Well, I don't anymore. I passed that torch. My oldest has decided she wants to start, freelance editing. So that's
Okay.
awesome. But you can go on the website and find that. Yep, passing it down.
Just passing it. I mean, I think about, and I want you to come back so we can have more conversations because I wanted to talk about your workshops. You also have a publishing company.
Yep, Southern Goddess Inc. Yep.
Real quick, in like 30 seconds, tell us a little bit about the publishing company.
It's a self-publishing. Well, I've been self-publishing forever. So I decided to make Southern Goddess Inc. And it's to help other authors get out there. I'm an author coach, I'm an editor, so I can show you how to get your books out there and use my platform because I've been doing this since 2000. So use my platform to help push you and motivate you and show you how. And I don't want them to stay with me. At some point, branch out, do it, do it for yourself, get out there and make a name for yourself. But let's start here. Let me show you how to do it. Just cultivating others and pass it on, paying it forward.
Paying it forward. That's amazing. And Joy, someone watching this, young woman, young man, need some hope, need a little inspiration. I want to be an author. I want to be a motivational speaker, but they may have some challenges. Any advice that you could pass on to them or wisdom that you can share with us?
My friend Yogi and I say this. Her mom told her this before she passed. Do it afraid. Even if you're scared, do it anyway. Everybody's scared. And if you don't do it, it won't get done. And if you do it and you fall on your ass, at least you did it and you know what to do right the next time when you get up. And always get up.
Always get up. On that note, Joy, the doors of the church are open. It doesn't get much clearer than that, right?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Would you please come back so
Yes.
we can have a more up-close and personal conversation about Joy Minor? This sister, again, author, poet, motivational speaker, editor. She truly has that it factor, and you need to follow this sister.
Oh, thank you, baby.
And before I let you go, can you share a little bit of your work, some spoken word or poetry or something?
Okay, this one's called Clotheslines. And it's social media in a nutshell at this point.
Okay.
We hang our family business out to be dried by the wind, and with just the right gust, it stirs up a gossip fuss about who wears the pants and the stains that were seen when those silky pennies were caught by a breeze. Tell why she can't go and get that second degree because she has to put food on the table. Those barbecue stains tell why your kids and your husband's last names ain't the same, but we hang those clothes out on those lines because we can't afford a new washer and dryer with them alimony checks going to his first wife. And with this washboard and Clorox, we thought we bled away any sign of strife within our lives, but it seems we missed a spot. And by hanging all our clothes out on them lines, we aired all our dirty laundry. Clotheslines.
What? I just went through everything. Did y'all hear that? Mm-hmm. I told you she had the it factor. This sister is nothing to play with, to sit down on. You need to get to know Joy Minor.
Thank you, Jazzy.
Thank you, my sister. Happy holidays to you. I love you. Come back anytime. Again, anything I can do to support you, I'm right here.
We're going to talk about those treatments, though, that virtual show. Seriously.
Oh, yeah. We can talk about it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much, Joy. Bye-bye. Oh, wow, ladies and gentlemen. Another great show. Author, poet, motivational speaker, Joy Minor. I'm Jazzy K. Ward. Again, thank you so much for welcoming me into your homes, wherever you are across the world. Don't forget to go to kwardradio.com, subscribe. Make sure you go over to YouTube, over there. All you have to do is go to YouTube, type in K Ward Radio. Hit the subscribe button. It only takes about 10 seconds. Thank you all so much for your support. Also, get your KWARD Radio mask. They're $15. plus $5 in shipping. All you have to do is message me, and I'll get those out in the mail to you. Remember, make sure you take care of yourself, and please be kind to others. And don't forget to join me on Monday for Artist Talk. Have a great weekend.
Hey guys, this is Jazzy K. Ward. You need to get your KWORD radio mask. And if you don't have one, shame on you. Well, you can still get them. They're only $15, $5 for shipping. Thank you so much for your support. I'll see you soon.
Jazzy K. Lying here beside you. Feel your body warm. My lucky stars, I am guilty of loving you. Say my lucky stars, I am guilty.
Mic check. Hey everybody, this is Jazzy K. Ward. I need your attention all around the world. Get ready for the Power in the Produce. It's a virtual 5K charity fun run. So I need you to grab a friend, grab your shoes, just grab everybody. We need your support for ABC2 Food Security Program. ABC2's goal is to increase access and understanding of the Community Feeding Program. For more information, please visit the following link. A better chance, a better community. Happy holidays.